Now, the U.S. military said it killed 5 more alleged drug traffickers aboard 2 vessels in the Pacific Ocean, pushing the death toll in the anti-smuggling campaign past 100. In a post on X, U.S. Southern Command said that Joint Task Force Southern Spear conducted lethal kinetic strikes on 2 vessels operated by designated terrorist organizations in international waters under the direction of Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. It said 3 people were killed in the first vessel and 2 in the second vessel. The military further cited intelligence confirming that the vessels were transiting known narco-trafficking routes in the Eastern Pacific and were engaged in narcotics trafficking operation. This comes after U.S. President Donald Trump asserted he does not need congressional approval to launch strikes on land against Venezuela, despite criticism that he is already exceeding his constitutional authority with attacks at sea. Earlier this week, Trump ordered a complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers attempting to leave Venezuelan waters, as well as those arriving, while the United States massed troops and warships in the region. In response, Russia has warned the Trump administration against what it described as a fatal mistake. Russian officials say Moscow remains in close contact with authorities in Caracas and caution that further escalation could lead to unpredictable consequences for the entire Western Hemisphere. Washington says it is squeezing Venezuela's main source of revenue as part of an effort to target terrorism, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro has accused the United States of trying to seize the OPEC nation's crude oil resources, saying the military buildup is aimed at overthrowing his government. Maduro vowed unity with Colombia, calling for regional solidarity in the face of U.S. interventionism during a public event in Miranda State.
I called on the people of Colombia, the Colombian military, and the Colombian nation to join the people of Venezuela and our military to defend sovereignty as one army, as one people. And let me be clear, if our sister Colombia is ever attacked, Venezuela will stand without hesitation, without doubt, as one nation defending, embracing, and supporting Colombia.
Venezuela va a seguir su curso.
Colombian President Gustavo Petro said that Venezuelan leader should not give orders to Colombia's armed forces, rejecting calls for military coordination.
No, he does not have to give orders to the military. The only way these 2 nations come together, they were already together before. History.
United Nations Security Council is set to discuss U.S. aggression in an emergency meeting on Tuesday. Regional leaders have also moved to ease tensions. Brazil's President Lula da Silva has said that he is very worried about the growing crisis on Brazil's doorstep. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has offered to act as a mediator between Washington and Caracas to find a peaceful solution and avoid U.S. military intervention. Meanwhile, U.S. military aircraft are operating at an airport in eastern Puerto Rico, part of a major American force buildup across the Caribbean.